of March 2019, and today we'll be taking a look at the issue between the Owerri Capital Development Authority and the World Bank markets. All right. Well, let's quickly tell you that Friday, or is it early, the wee hours of Saturday morning, between 12 midnight and 2 a.m., the OCDA was at the World Bank markets, where they carried out a demolition of the shanties outside and around the market. People's wares and goods were destroyed, and in reaction to that destruction, we saw a Saturday and a Sunday where the people decided, or the traders decided, to trade on the road. Well, that's something we've been looking at this morning, and from Insight, the OCDA says it's trying to maintain the master plan, the Owerri master plan. You know, I've heard so much about this master plan, but little or nothing is being shown about the master plan. We recall that in the heydays of Governor Rochas Okorocha, he talked about the master plan and the urban renewal. We saw a situation where during Ihedioha's short-lived administration, there were issues bordering around the master plan when they were trying to get back the green zones and all of that, you know, and now the Hope Uzodima's administration is also talking about this master plan. And each time you ask a typical Owerri indigene or even an Imo indigene, it's a master plan that seems as if only the government has. Okay, well, to look at all of this with me this morning, we have Professor Chineke Adele. He's a professor of education, admin, and planning at the Gregory University Uturu, former mayor of Owerri and chairman Owerri Municipal Council, public opinion analyst and commentator, training and management consultant, fellow Commonwealth Academy of Education. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. You see, you wear the cap, or you've worn the cap that fits what we're looking at today. But before I go into that, let's quickly take a look at these two tabloids here. We have the NKS Extra, and the bold one on the front page says, "Political War, APC PDP bicker over Jonathan's visit." You recall that former President Goodluck Jonathan was here in Owerri yesterday, and right now we're hearing that the PDP and the APC are at loggerheads over that visit. What do you have to say about this one?
Well, President Jonathan, as you know, has become the icon of democracy in Nigeria a few years after he's left office. And so all politicians are looking for his attention. He's respected internationally. So everybody wants to get associated with him, one how or the other, because he represents what is closest to the ideal in democracy in Nigeria. He left a lot of achievements, and he has been proven to be a wise person in the way he gave over power. And as people say, and all that. And so people now want to get close to him. So there's no surprise about that. But President Jonathan has continued to insist that he is a member of the PDP. And the APC people want to be associated with him. They want to gain political capital by associating with him. That's politics for you, my brother. That's what will continue to happen for a while.
All right, it's like we're back to the seasons of vote of confidence, as Ohaji Egbema passed vote of confidence on Governor Uzodinma, as Ore Isopadek MD receives ABGA PDP AA members to APC.
Yeah, that's what's going on. People are shifting. One thing that is permanent in politics is shifting of positions, political positions, to reflect current interests. So I believe that that's what's going on. Politicians will always find themselves aligning to power. And in this particular instance, Mr. Ore has turned out to be a powerful person around the Ohaji Egbema axis, and given his access to the governor and his position he now occupies at the ISOPADEC, you would imagine that a lot of people want to get into where he is. He's presently in the APC, and I'm sure lots of people want to associate themselves with him. And the APC will make a lot of political gain from that.
All right. Well, we'll take one more here. Society will be incomplete without women, says Governor Uzodimma. I'm sure this is in connection to yesterday's celebration.
I would say that there will be no society without women.
Okay.
They are so important. And I'd like to wish all the women well. It's been a very beautiful time for Nigerian women, especially with the appointment of Mrs. Okonjo-Iweala, Done Africa, Done Nigeria Proud. And you can see that women are to be counted on in everything that we do, and we should continue to encourage them and make political decisions and administrative decisions that will encourage women to continue to blossom and grow into very useful adults. Okay. I congratulate women on their day, and we'll continue to love them the best we can.
All right, let's quickly take a dash on Eastern news. And the bold one on the front page says, mixed reaction trails arrival of COVID-19 vaccine in Nigeria, with the riders as one person dies, another falls sick after taking vaccine. I've not heard anything.
No, I've not heard about anybody dying, but clearly there is apathy towards this vaccine in Nigeria, generally.
Even with president, vice president, and some governors already taking theirs.
I overheard somebody saying that that the president didn't actually take that vaccine.
No, it was a national team.
Oh well, you know how it is. But that is a reflection of the level of apathy and the level of ignorance that people have about COVID-19, which is very dangerous. Many people still do not believe that there is a COVID-19 virus going around, and I don't understand how that can be. People are dying. People you know are dying. I have lost friends. I buried a friend over the weekend. I have another one who actually survived. He survived, but his mother died, and we're planning the burial. People are dying left, right, and center. People are recovering. There are statistics coming everywhere. There are people who are seeing this on television. We saw what happened in southern Italy, in northern Italy, and what's been going on in the United States. And people are dying, and lots of money is being spent on this. And people are saying that please, I want this vaccine to come. I will be one of the first to take it. And I would urge all Nigerians to believe that there is, the vaccine is well tested elsewhere, and it's what we need here to stop this rampage of the COVID-19.
All right. Well, let's go to Abia State, where Ibazu decries lack of presence of oil companies in Abia. You know, as an oil-producing state,
well, there's also lack of presence here in Imo.
Yeah,
and indeed, there is a lack of presence even in Rivers and Bayelsa, and especially in Bayelsa.
Yeah.
You understand? The oil companies are in Abuja and Lagos, and there are several reasons for that, foremost of which was the insecurity of the last 10 years when the oil companies didn't feel safe living and having physical presence in the localities where they prospect oil. And with the development of internet services, good internet services, people can run businesses from anywhere. So, but I guess that the presence that we need here in Imo and elsewhere is the presence of their social responsibility to us. Roads, schools, health facilities, employment opportunities for our people, and all that. That's more important than their being here, because they also come with their own problems. For example, in those good old days, I remember very well that towards the end of every month in Warri, prices of goods will skyrocket because the shell people's salaries will be coming in and all that. So if they don't want to be here, let them be here in terms of their social responsibility. Let them give us employment, give us good roads as they have done, give us agricultural programs and projects that we'll benefit from, and they can stay wherever they want. Yes.
All right, we'll take one more here. Imo communities in fear as suspected ritualists killed to harvest vital organs. It's another man's inhumanity to man.
Terrible thing.
Okay, I think that's much we can take from our newspaper headlines this morning. Let's go to the crux of the matter. And it says traders at the World Bank market in Owerri, Imo State on Saturday protested the demolition of parts of the market by the Owerri Capital Development Authority, While bulldozers destroyed the structure, the traders lamented that the state government only gave them notice to quit on Thursday, adding that the demolition of the structure was an insensitive decision by the state government. This will not be the first time markets will be destroyed for the sake of Owerri master plan or development purposes. All right, and yes, you've been the mayor and of course the one-time chairman of Owerri Municipal Council. Let's start from the master plan. Where is this master plan? Why is it not a public document?
The master plan is a public document, I can assure you.
We've not seen it.
Well, people do not want it. I have.
Oh, you have the master plan?
Yes, I had it as chairman, and I still have it.
Oh, okay.
And each time a new government comes into office, I make it available to them on my own. Take, for example, when my very good friend and brother, Nick Oparandudu, was Commissioner for Works, I personally took him to the first, second, and third inland bridges areas and told them that these are the bridges in the master plan. I did one of the bridges as local government chairman, which Governor Hakim knocked down when he was dredging Mure. And I did that to call to the mind of the then governor, Chief Achiku Denwa, the master plan, the Owerri master plan. The Owerri master plan is one of the best plans you can have. And that's encouraged by the fact that Owerri has very good physical features. You buy land in Owerri, you do little else except fencing it and building. There's no rocks, no hills, no all that. And Owerri had a beautiful master plan, which quite unfortunately has been bastardized by both commission and omission. The Owerri master plan provides for what we call the new Owerri, because the Kano, may his soul rest in peace, and Mbakwe, may his soul rest in peace, administrations foresaw that Owerri should have a new area adjoining the traditional Owerri as the population of the town would grow. Very good planning, and so they set out different areas for this town for different sorts of activities, for habitation, for industries, for markets, and all that. For example, at the Avu area in the master plan, there's a stadium, for a stadium, for a state stadium. That land has been sold, parcellated and sold out. There's a place for a new government house, because people knew that we're becoming more and more important, that we need a better a government house. And fortunately, it's now in contention. People bought land there during the last administration and all that. And a lot of time was spent on the center of the town, the old Owerri, in ways that ought not to have been done. Take Wedro Road, for example. We spent almost 6 months widening Wedro Road. To what effect? You widen the road, cars still park where you widened. Therefore, the available space for traffic is still what was there before your effort. So there's just so much motion without movement at all, without any effect. Now, what should we have been doing? The Owerri master plan means this: connect Owerri, connect the old Owerri to the new Owerri, okay, through these bridges, which quite, I must say, Governor Okorocha did in his own way. But I must take credit for pointing it out to him. Nick Oparandudu is leaving, and I personally took him. It was bush then. I took him there and showed him where those bridges should be and where I built my own as local government chairman. That has been done. A lot of these other bridges are there, still to be done. Now, there are 6 arterial highways in the master plan. One is the one that runs in front of Concord and joins the one that comes from the First Inland Road all the way to Emmanuel College. Okay, Widra Road is one, Douglas Road is another one, and all this. This one must be reticulated in such a way that all the other roads feed into them. Unfortunately, the one that goes in front of Full Moon is only half done, and instead of smaller roads reticulating into it, it itself is now reticulating into smaller roads. It's not done. You don't do that. It's like asking water to flow up the hill. You don't do that. That's not how towns are planned. It should flow the other way. You understand? Now, this market thing that they're talking about, right now, in the master plan, okay, this World Bank market was put in there because the World Bank, in association with Imo State government, saw that those new settlements there would need a marketplace. You will need a marketplace of a certain capacity. And then if you move from there towards Omogoma, there's another one. If you move towards the new government area, there's another one. And there are special areas created for supermarkets, because a certain kind of people, a certain class of people will be living in the area C, for example. There are 1 or 2 plots there that were marked out as for supermarket, for petrol stations, etc., etc. And if we had followed that master plan, you would drive through Owerri at any time and there will be no log jams on the road. But unfortunately, this has been bastardized, not just at the World Bank market. Take, for example, Cherubim Junction to Aladimma. Okay? How many supermarkets are there?
Quite a number.
How many offices are there? In traditional town planning, when you plan a place, 6 flats, it means that ab initio, you're going to have 6 cars. Is that not so?
Yes.
Ab initio. And then if there are visitors, there are going to be 6 other cars, 12 cars. And then there will be other cars passing. Now, in what we have done, if we take Cherubim Junction to Aladima, for example, what we have done, with all those shops there and banks, 3 banks, starting from GT all the way to FCMB to First Bank and all that, where will the bank workers park their vehicles? Where will the bank customers park their vehicles? Where will the people who go into the shops park their vehicles? Where will the lawyers park their vehicles?
All right, but now let's zero in on the World Bank market. I mean, at that intro, you saw that we said that it's not the first time the government is destroying a market for the sake of the master plan.
No, the government did not destroy the market. I don't think they destroyed the market.
Okay,
the market is still there.
They destroyed parts of, okay, the government is saying the shanties.
Yes.
But from hindsight, you understand, there are stalls there. The stalls are still standing. Then along the line, from history, they said most World Bank residents would rather come to Douglas or Relief because things were too expensive there, until these ordinary people started selling their wares outside the stalls and patronage now came to the market.
Now let me tell you 1 or 2 things you may not know.
Okay.
Over 90% of these people who are in these so-called shanties are not even from Imo State. I can tell you that. I had that experience.
Okay.
Go to Douglas by Mbise. Most people there don't live in Owerri Municipal. Many of them do not live in Imo State. Some of them come from Onitsha, some come from Aba. So fundamentally, they're not taxpayers and they're not voters here. They're not residents. So primarily, we do not owe them any service. I mean, we must know this. This is fundamental. We don't owe them.
Yeah, but
I know where you're going.
Okay.
Now,
107.3 Darling FM, the People's Radio.
Charles! Yes, Mama!
Go bring 2 sachets of hyper bleach come. Because I go use one take soak the whites, then go use the other one take it all the yamayama jams.
But I know they see any yamayama jams for here now.
There's well, but they did it. And now why I trust only hyper bleach to take you all of them pata.
Make all your white cloths they continue to the white and they kill all the virus and the yamayama jams. If it cause sickness for your house with the disinfecting power of hyper bleach. Hello, babe. Are you still there? Can you hear me? Alright, yeah. So I see a VIP bar for choice beverages and drinks, a restaurant for African and continental dishes, a 300 to 500 seating capacity event center, exquisite rooms and suites at pocket-friendly prices. And guess what, babe? For you and I, there's a pool and a poolside bar and a gym.
Spend time with family and friends at Zaza Hotel. Zaza Hotel is located at number 28 Yaradua Drive before Lord's Chosen Church, Owerri, Imo State. For more inquiries, call 0803-785-8386 or 0803-743-2115.
Wow! It's here! What's that? What's here, Mom?
The new Maxi 20 hand sanitizer.
Tell me about it, Mom.
The new Maxi 20 hand sanitizer is carefully produced to help us fight germs and provide the right protection for every family.
Introducing the new Maxi 20 hand sanitizer to help you fight germs every day.
Mom, now I can clean up germs that touch my hands and be fine, right?
Yes, son, you can, because Maxi 20 will keep you protected.
Yippee!
Maxi 20, War on Germs. Another quality product from Intercontinental Distillers Limited.
Luxury beauty and accessories. Original Tyson. Building and Accessories Limited. Ebola Patano Budanio. Italian chip coated roof tiles. So Bambam Italian roof tiles hit a Kuchenulo. Oh, Katara Kata. Asuna Diborota on Kedele Casina Mirina Mumaya. We also case through Italian stone coated roof tiles. Get the Luxury Building and Accessories Limited name with Rani. Already an Odinabo. Galaxy roof tiles. Yana luxury roof tiles by Feru. Obuyabe Kedina tiles. Already Marapuriche. Odin Fekunulo. Odi Yaro. Okwakaya Balimuya. Odi Hegata Pumuya. All of Barakonga. Kedebo Obuno Kamu, Obuno Kemiri no yi. Okay, the Karo Kito to Pesere. Yawere Yano Tere Shingle, Bond, Classic, Shake, Roman, Milano, Visa, Slate. Containing just for the teacher. Kolo Yadi Gatari Atario. I can you pay 50 years warranty. 070 40 333 333. Katara Kata. Italian stone chip coated roof tiles. Kwaba mama no noge ige kote.
Dr. Homel's advanced formula get 21 bioactive nutrients we go make your body strong kakaraka. You get hemoglobin when they use build your blood, Siberian ginseng and B complex for energy and strength, choline for fatty liver and brain function, omega-3 for cardiovascular diseases, plus including green tea and lycopene. If you dey pregnant, make you consult your doctor before you use them. Every family need Dr. Homel's Obonge multivitamins and mineral supplement. E dey for liquid and tablet. Dr. Homel's smells and Nahabaya draw.
This is nothing abnormal. Should've known that I was a top scorer. UEFA Champions League baller. I'll be all there.
Enjoy all the action, fun, and excitement of the UEFA Champions League this season with a cold, refreshing bottle of Pepsi. Pepsi, official sponsors of the UEFA Champions League. Pepsi, for the love of it.
Amaka, is that not the runaway bread seller that is now the fashion runway?
You see this one they're calling the richest in Africa. He had to borrow money when he started all.
Miriam, you remember that Oduolegba guy that usually sings to whoever cares to listen? Isn't he the one the world is now listening to?
You too can move from your start point to the very height of success when you put your mind to it, achieving your dreams with sheer determination and the right partner by your side. Of course, it can be. Stand Big IBTC, a member of Standard Bank Group.
Achieving excellence means everything, and that's why at Princess Shekina International School, we know the future begins with you. So, we prepare you for it. Admission is currently ongoing for GSS 1 and 2 and SS 1 and 2. Apply now for the entrance examinations for the 2021-2022 academic session of Princess Shekina International School. The exams will hold on Saturday, 22nd May and Saturday, 19th June 2021 by 9 a.m. Get your child ready because Princess Shekina will be giving tuition scholarship to the 2 overall best students in the entrance examination. Princess Shekina International School is located at kilometer 1 Ihiagwa, Nkaramochi Road, Owerri, West Imo State, Nigeria. For more inquiries, call +234 9092 174 774 or visit www.psis.com.ng. Princess Shekina International School, shining a light in you.
107.3 Darling FM,
The People's Radio.
Alright, so welcome back. It's still the People's Voice on Darling 107.3 FM. And yes, we have Professor Jachimike Adele right here in the studios. We're taking a critical look at the demolition that took place over the weekend at the World Bank market and the fact that the government says people need to use the stores and that they've given warning since last year, November, and that World Bank market is not the only market. They are going to get rid of shanties in and around all the markets in Imo State. Well, we'll take a quick excerpt here before we come back to our guest.
We come out yesterday. We heard that Entraco are demolished everywhere by 11 o'clock in the midnight. Since that day,
I'm not home at I'm just here tomorrow Saturday. Oh, here making a Friday. I had tomorrow Saturday. Before I be I got a channel very and that's why I spoil one I
was in the night yesterday. They were calling me around 3:30 that they have demolished everywhere. And I came in here, all my market are away. Everything turned outside and you can see I'm selecting it now. So what I saw here when I came here yesterday was unfortunate.
when we came out yesterday, this happened around 12 in the midnight. So when I recalled that I should come, they are scattering the market. I have to rush and come out that night. So came out, indeed, they have scattered the whole place. And police would not allow us to come close. We have to stay behind. So when they finish, we have to come inside to check for our goods, to make sure they bring out something. Some brought out something and some did not bring out.
That's one excerpt from traders, how they lost their wares. For something like this, is it ideal for government to probably take such actions at the middle of the night? And how can such actions be taken with a human face?
Well, at this point, it's a matter of crisis resolution. And the human face you're talking about at this point would not be necessary if you really want to achieve. What I think we should ask is, first of all, is it legal? Is the government acting legally? And if they are, what other then, that's where the human face thing will come. What other plans do they have for these people? Assuming, as I was saying before the break, we actually have a responsibility towards it, assuming these are taxpayers. Now, see this, when you have people in the market, take that World Bank market, for example, these quotas are stopping people from getting to those who are paying their rents and their taxes, for example. And that's unfair.
But there's form of taxes they collect from these.
Oh, well, who is the person collecting it?
That's the question.
Okay, yeah, so that's what is it? Who is collecting this?
All government officials.
Well,
but whether it gets to the government coffers is what we don't know.
Should government officials be collecting in the first instance? The answer is no. There's no doubt about it. You do not collect on something that is illegal. There's a master plan we're talking about, and there are people who are obeying the master plan. So both you, the government, if truly government was collecting, and the people squatting there are wrong before the law. Both of you are wrong. And unfortunately, for those who lost their wares, the government has the stronger arm, and therefore they won. All the time that the squatters were there, they had the stronger arm, either because by deft of hand or whatever, they're able to stay there. So it is wrong built upon wrong.
So we can't get it right.
No, it's not possible to get it right. So the thing to do is to do the right thing. And what is the right thing? Keep to this master plan. Keep pushing Owerri towards newer and newer areas. And as you push this, ensure that it is controlled. Already we are running a lot of risk, as I was trying to describe before now. We have destroyed Ikenebu completely. Ikenebu used to be one of the most beautiful places you could go to. It's been destroyed. Starting from when I was in office, I know the pressure I was under for people to build stores on Mbari Street, for example. I know how I and Deputy Governor Udago managed to stop shops. But unfortunately, as we left office, he went to the bunkers.
All right, I won't hold your thoughts there. Let's take another listen here.
2 days notice, because that was on Thursday. They are here, use rope and tie everywhere. Give us 2 days. We were surprised on Friday night stroke Saturday. So before we came out, everything was vanished. No, the notice is just like a rumor. They just came and said we should come, and they are going to remove us here. At the end of the day, they just packaged themselves and came and remove everything. There was no notice.
You didn't. They were saying that they give you notice, they announced it on radio, but I didn't hear anything.
No notice. They just came that tomorrow they will scatter the place. We are thinking that it was a joke. Indeed, it was tomorrow that they scattered it.
Well, I know one of the announcements was taken here at Darling FM.
Okay.
Where the government of the day urged traders that were not in the stalls to go to either Alaba market or Relief market, or there's a market at Irete, or is it Obako side? They gave those areas, and that, for example, I think Alaba was willing to accept them for 6-month period before they start paying anything. So, and it was taken consistently here for a while.
Yes. Like you heard in one of those WhatsApps, the person said that she thought it was a joke. Okay, now, more seriously, that is what we should be doing. We have to keep pushing Owerri out, or else one day we will suffocate. We're already suffocating the inner city. And as it happens, what should have been an advantage is now a curse.
Yeah, but Professor Adele, let's look at the fact that the stores, the shanties were destroyed.
Yes.
And the traders now decided to come on the road, impeding traffic.
Yeah, that's just my point.
So, I mean, would that not be two wrongs right now?
Well,
wouldn't have been better they are in their shanties doing their business and the road is not impeded?
No. It's another wrong. Using another wrong to pay for another one. It's not going to work. See, that road there is one of the arterial highways, and you can't block it, and you can't do anything that threatens the smooth flow of traffic along that. So government has done very well trying to build that road, build it up to the roundabout, build it to the left and right, and continue to Mogoma to open up that particular. That's the fourth arterial southern tangent road, okay, by the master plan. Okay, so that's how we should be going. Now, unfortunately, because we do not have employment, the society, everything is interwoven. It's a societal problem, okay, and it's become so organic. People don't have employment, so practically everybody now is a trader. Sometimes I wonder who is buying from who. Okay, so there is a lot of pressure on marketplaces and market spaces and shops, and that pressure is translated to OCDA officials and local government officials. And unfortunately, we don't have enough. And that is where all the bribery and everything comes in. And the people begin to lower standards. These standards that we're lowering, as I was saying before, is going to choke the inner city. And like I said, what should have been an advantage is now turning into a threat to a monster. Owerri connects so many places. Traffic coming from Olo, coming from Okeke, coming from Onitsha, coming from Aba, coming from Umuahia, coming from Port Harcourt, and everything. It's an advantage. Okay, but now how do we control this and ensure that as it happens, our health, our emotional and psychological health, and our businesses survive along with it? That's the basic question, and that's why that master plan, people should go straight back to it. Now, the responsibility for this, the master plan, is with OCDA. But the constitutional responsibility for the market is with the local government. And in this case now, it will be with the local governments of Owerri North, Owerri Municipal, and Owerri West. If you take this away from this local government, we are going to have this situation where nobody is actually responsible. And whenever in administration you have nobody taking responsibility, it normally gets to chaos. Unfortunately, we do not have an elected local government. But the local government system that is in now is controlled by the state government. So the state government does what the state should do and also does what the local government should do because they are the local government themselves. This in itself is wrong. So we have wrong and a chain of wrong actions. So what this government should do is to begin to go to what is fundamental. First of all, we're a state government and we control OCDA. And OCDA has standards for every building. On the street where I live, for example, I'm the only one who's built his dwelling is according to standard. There, you should have only one home in your piece of land. But unfortunately,
people are now
building two. You must have a certain length of recession before your wall. If you come to my house, that's what I have done. And your house must be seen from outside. I have neighbors who probably are listening to this. They will tell you see my half a wall. But people go to OCDA, pay only 5,000 and fence themselves, and nobody knows what's going inside there. It has implications for our security and for the development of the place. So we're defacing everywhere. There are marketplaces everywhere. Somebody should be responsible, and if you don't take this responsibility, we're going to keep having this problem.
But you've said government has the upper hand. Now, what other option is available to traders? Because if the markets are not enough, and everybody wants to be at the city center where it seems the economy is a little bit viable, what options do they have?
Government has the responsibility of providing these options, which are already entrenched in the master plan. I have told you there are marketplaces all over the master plan.
Yes, I know.
Yes,
but if the government is not building and the available one is already filled up, What options do they have?
Which is what I said, that we have wrong upon wrong upon wrong. But we are here today.
But the government is taking it out now on the people. You heard from them.
Well, if you don't,
their wares are gone.
Well, if you don't, we're going to get choked. Unfortunately.
So this is a pain we must endure.
Exactly. That's just what I'm saying. It's quite unfortunate. Having been a local government chairman, I can tell you, we have lost billions there. Billions. You will see all this Mando and all this. Look, people are making 2,000, 3,000 naira a day profit from these things, and these are citizens,
and they don't pay tax.
Well, that's why I said, do we have any responsibility to them? But whether they pay tax or not, we as a government, when we say government is not just Chief Uzodinma. It's all of us together. All of us will realize that we have this need and cooperate with government. That's if government is willing and perceptive enough, we cooperate with them and create these chances. Just yesterday I was with a young lady who told me that she's making 4,000 naira selling fruits by warehouse. Now, I know this person very well, and I know where she's living, and I know she's fairly comfortable, right? But she's doing the wrong thing, the right thing in the wrong place. She's part of the traffic problem there. Okay, but now what choice does she have? Now that is what a responsible government and a responsible citizenry should address. So what do we do? Should we now start thinking about a fruit market somewhere, or do we start in this urban revitalization program begin to reschedule some other places for small fruit markets, or grocery markets here and there? Are people willing to make sacrifices? If you go to Royce Road, by Naked Road, for example, look at the booming fruit and condiments market there.
Yes.
Okay. Now these are citizens. They may not be paying taxes, as most of us don't. Okay. But a perceptive government will see that this is something to be done. Okay. Do you know what I did as local government chairman? I went to some people and I said, "Give me this property." They give it to you, destroy it, put it there, and then make the person get more the more rent that he was getting from what goes on there. And then we will save that problem. So if government, for example, can go to that naked area and there are a few unfinished buildings there, for example, and say, look, buy it for 50, 60 million. I can tell you from what I know that in 3 months,
they'll recoup that.
You get 600 million. And you've solved that problem there. You take them off the street and you can drive to a naked road without having to, and then you withhold those people responsible and now ask them to pay hawkers permit, pay tenement rates, pay all those, and it goes to government. That is what government should be doing. Not wait for the thing to become a problem, and then you go and destroy that thing. And Alex of Darling FM will start telling me human face.
Because I mean, if there are no jobs, there are no industry anywhere, and people are trying to eke out a living. I mean,
yes, there should be. Once I heard about that thing, as I normally do, I have just done a memo which I hope to send to the Secretary of State Government about some of this thing I'm saying. What I don't know is whether they listen to these things and whether I don't know the amount, the finances they have and all that. But as a citizen, I feel responsibility, having been in that office and having been around for a while, to share my experiences and profile solutions to this. I have done that memo, and it's been typed as I'm here, and I will send it to government. There's a lot that we need to do. People, do not wait. When you say Chief Hope Uzodinma, he's just one man. Let's all help him, give these ideas,
and let him fly with it.
And yes, and if we can, even help. Talk to people, move things, get politicians, get opinion movers to talk to these people. Like these people who have just been displaced, for example, now. My belief and what I beg government is, please, if they can, let them get them together. These people are sending children to school, they're feeding people, they're paying rent and all that. Let's see what we can do. As they say, you slap the child with the left and you draw him back with the right. Let's see whether there's something that we can do to ameliorate their feelings.
All right. I think at this juncture we'll bring in callers. It's 0815-050-1073. That's the number to call. Remember the ground rules. Turn down the volume of your radio set. Go straight to the point. Do not insult the sensibilities of other callers, as everyone's opinion matters here. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay. Keep the calls coming. It's 0. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your line is not clear. Could you move around? Hello, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Sorry if we can barely hear you. The line is really distorted. Probably you might need to take another location. Hello, good morning. Hello. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Okay, go ahead.
Can't hear him.
Okay. Well, he's saying that why would the government destroy at night, not giving the people opportunity to pack their wares and all of that, and he quoted a Bible verse which I didn't really catch.
Okay, well, yeah.
Let's see if we can. Hello, good morning. Yes.
Good morning.
Yes. Go ahead, sir. All right. All right, I think you've made your point. Compensation for the traders. You understand? That's what I was saying. People are taking it from the side in support of the people or the traders, in the sense that government was insensitive in destroying their wares, especially at this time with COVID-19 and the downturn in the economy.
Yeah, but you said that the government made announcements here, but that's neither here nor there. I think the more important thing to do in this situation is to use that opportunity to know that there is a need. There is a need, and then do something about that need. I would like to know how government responds, one, in putting a human face to it. But again, who are these people? They're not documented in any case.
Well, that's true.
So you don't even know who to approach now if you want to get the people.
The last caller talked about subtle persuasion for these people to move.
Well, yeah.
We don't see much of that here. I recall some 2-3 years ago, it took the stick and carrot approach for government to move traders into the Alaba market.
My brother.
Was the government always,
Yeah, the subtle persuasion is a very important principle in galvanizing the citizenry. But let me tell you what happens from my own direct experience. You see, even that small space that you're calling shanties there, you will be surprised the amount of vested interest there from OCDA officials, from local government officials, from local youth organization, from National Union of Road Transport Workers, because because of transportation, that place now becomes a pick and drop area from tricycle operators and all sorts of people, including people among the traders themselves. How do you begin to deal with all these different vested interests? You move left, you hurt this man. You go right, and then you try to get it together. It doesn't ever work until it gets to a stage where you have to do something definite, like government has done. And in any case, government does it because government has the law, as it were, and this time on its side. Okay, so there's no other way. If subtle persuasion, there will be no subtle persuasion because you're not persuading any particular viewpoint. Okay, so that's what I think that the first thing to do is I expect government to do is to see how they react to these people in case they are identified. Okay, because even if it was a natural disaster, let us say, government still has responsibility to take care of it. Then secondly, I want to see what this government plans to do about market development.
Okay.
You understand? If possible, I would say, create a task force or something, or some commission, well-studied commission that would go back to the master plan of Owerri and place it side by side present realities and solve this matter once and for all. Because if we don't now, it's going to get worse in the future.
All right, let's see if we can squeeze in another call. 0815-050-1073. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Sonny. I'm calling from Mumukuma.
All right, Sonny, go ahead.
From the Action Sport.
Hello.
That area, the alley, you see the kind of traffic on that side of the road. And because that place is not going to be a shop. Sometimes they go, because the road of the government, everyone goes and remove those shanties. I think they have a meeting, they have a part the market by using upstairs right around the market. But up to now, one of them now, go to the market, occupy the space. They want to be selling on the road. You don't come development. Now that is not meant to be market. It's meant to be campaign for those who want to come to the market and buy some things that are sound. Nobody to condemn what the government. That is not the market.
All right.
Nobody to condemn people to upstairs and occupy stuff over there.
Well, thank you for that clarification.
Yeah.
I mean, he said some of the stalls are empty and the people are not willing to occupy the shops.
When I was local government chairman, I refused to build shops upstairs there. My reason was very simple. How do you build spaces for create traffic for space that is not there? Now, I want to tell you one thing. If you go to a Obosisi area in the master plan, close to where the railroad should have passed, there's a plan for a market there. I doubt that place is still existing. Probably have been sold. Okay?
All right, we'll hold your thoughts. We'll go for a quick commercial.
107.3 Darling FM, the People's Radio.
Charles! Yes, Mama! Go bring 2 sachets of hyper bleach come. What you now? Because I go use one take soak the whites. Then go use the other one take in all the yama jams.
Boss, I don't see any yama jams for here now.
There's well, but they did it. And now why I trust only hyper bleach to take in all of them pata.
Make all your white cloths they continue to the white and they kill all the virus and the yama jams. If it cause sickness for your house with the disinfecting power of hypo bleach.
Hello, babe. Are you still there? Can you hear me? Alright, yeah. So I see a VIP bar for choice beverages and drinks, a restaurant for African and continental dishes, a 300 to 500 seating capacity event center, exquisite rooms and suites at pocket-friendly prices. And guess what, babe? For you and I, there's a pool and a poolside bar and a gym.
Spend time with family and friends at Zaza Hotel. Zaza Hotel is located at number 28 Yaradua Drive before Lord's Chosen Church, Owerri, Imo State. For more inquiries, call 0803-785-8386 or 0803-743-2115.
Wow, it's here!
What's that?
What's here, Mom?
The new Maxi 20 hand sanitizer.
Tell me about it, Mom.
The new Maxi 20 hand sanitizer is carefully produced to help us fight germs and provide the right protection for every family.
Introducing the new Maxi 20 hand sanitizer to help you fight germs every day.
Mom, now I can clean up germs that touch my hands and be fine, right?
Yes, son, you can, because Maxi 20 will keep you protected.
Yippee!
Maxi 20, war on germs. Another quality product from Intercontinental Distillers Limited.
Italian stone chip coated roof tiles. Easy to install, durable tiles with quality. Resistant to earthquake, excessive heat and cold.
Wow, it's trending. Luxury Building and Accessories Limited has brought to you Italian stone chip coated roof tiles. Italian stone chip coated roof tiles. It comes in two types: Galaxy roof tiles and luxury roof tiles by Peru, with interesting qualities like lightweight, easy to install, economically priced, fireproof, non-cracking, non-tearing, non-calling, resistant to earthquakes, typhoons, excessive heat and cold, less labor. Structure of the steel roof tiles is superb. We have shingle, bond, classic, shake, Roman, Milano, Tisa, slate, etc. With 50 years warranty, the color does not change. What are you waiting for? Go for tiles that can last for you. Durable with quality Italian stone chip coated roof tiles. Call us on 070 40 333 333.
Italian stone chip coated roof tile is my choice.
Italian stone chip coated roof tiles. Built with quality.
This is nothing abnormal. Should've known that I was a top scorer. UEFA Champions League baller. Win, I'll be all there.
Enjoy all the action, fun, and excitement of the UEFA Champions League this season with a cold, refreshing bottle of Pepsi. Pepsi, official sponsors of the UEFA Champions League. Pepsi, for the love of it.
Kings. 107.3 Darling FM. The People's Radio.
All right, it's the last lap of the edition this morning. Let's squeeze in this call now. Hello, good morning. Hello. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
Thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome. Okay, go ahead. All right, Collins is begging, but the government has already done what they have to do. Professor Adele, let's look at it critically. You've talked about distortion of the master plan already, and the need for it to be revived. If not, we'll all choke in it.
Yes.
On one hand, and for example, I've seen virtually residential areas being turned to stalls and all of that, both with stalls with heavy duty equipment instead of the little provision stores we used to know here and there. I mean, what can we do?
Now, what we can do is this. It's going to be a long-term thing, and it's going to involve a lot of money and community effort. We have destroyed the Kenebu. We are also destroying Transebu, Omogoma, and everywhere. Take, for example, recently, there is a supermarket on MCC Road. The whole compound is built up. The government is building a double carriageway. Where will the people who go into that shop buy the target? Where will they park? That's a disaster we have already established. And there are so many things like that all over the place. Okay?
That's true.
So now, what should we do? It's not just the marketplaces. I have told those who are in government, my friends who are in government, you see that space beside the old post office, they're building something there. Please, let's raise down that place. We have in that place about 6 hectares of land. That place will suck in the Olu, Onitsha, Okeke motor loading activities. With style and panache. Build modern things around there. Build where cars will park, where they will load, where people will rest, restaurants. Put it all there. All this loading that is going on at warehouse and our Okeke roundabout, we'll just suck in there, and we will be sucking, and it will be done in such a beautiful way. But that thing is somebody's private arrangement by the former governor. For example, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now look at this place at Newmarket, for example, where the hospital, the so-called hospital is. If you go into that place and see how it is, all around it, all this traffic going to Futo, Nekede, Aba, we go into that place, we will have shops and restaurants and everything in there. And then we can account for these people. We will know who is, their security of travelers will be assured, and we will make money from it. And we will clear off Douglas Road completely. If I was in government, I would go to the owner of the former Texaco and pay him whatever he wants. Take over that place. And it becomes the turning point, just like if you go to King Cross Station in London, for example. It becomes the turning place for all the traffic coming from Ebu and Emekuku, Atumbise by Douglas. It becomes the turning place. We take away all this traffic on the streets, put it inside there, and in 6 months we recover the money there. We'll build the place in such a way. Sir, this has happened in Lagos. It has happened in Enugu. We can do it here if we want to.
But somebody needs to think for Imo.
No,
somebody needs to think.
I am in your studio here now thinking.
Yes.
People are hearing me. I have told you I've done a private memo. I don't know if I'll have the chance to push it. But if all of us talk about this, government will hear. I believe they will hear, and they will do something about it. We need to save this state.
All right. Well, let's quickly take some of the messages we have on our Facebook. The first one here is from Okoro Donchuk's Izundu. He says Imo State is not doing enough. That's why laws and orders are not obeyed in the state. Look at the roads, education, markets, drainages, etc. The government of the day and past do not care about the citizens. We are very good at talking and paperwork. Go to states like Ebonyi, Enugu, and you will know that Imo State is backwards. Okay, almost towing your line. Okoro Donchuk's Izundu again. The government is not doing enough. That law and order are obeyed. Look at the roads, drainages, our schools, our boreholes. No fictional park. Functional park in Imo State. That's well, it seems to be the only one that has commented there. You understand? That's the more time permits. Let's get your last thought for the show this morning.
My last thought is this. This is an opportunity for us to begin to reflect on the state of our state capital, and also begin to anticipate what will happen in Okeke and Olo, because soon all these things will replicate in all these places. And instead of doing it in such a way, let's plan for it and plan for these changes, renovate our towns, and then ensure that we put in place. There are things that can be done with a little sacrifice, and I hope that this is the state of hope. I hope that it fares better for all of us at the end.
All right, I think that's the much we can take. And to our guest, Professor Jachimike Adele, a professor of education, admin, and planning, former mayor of Owerri and chairman Owerri Municipal Council, public opinion analyst and commentator, training and management consultant, fellow Commonwealth Academy of Education. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much.
Okay, till I come your way again tomorrow. Paul is having an assignment somewhere. I remain Zandas, Okeke, Otiba.